Now, say my name.
The Rolling Bad Podcast.
You're goddamn right.
Welcome to the Rolling Bad Podcast, episode number 76. Bill has the iPad turned around, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Oh, coming to you from the almost frozen Rio Rancho, New Mexico. We're recording on Sunday, October 13th. I'm your host, awesome karaoke date, Elric. Oh, boy. And with me, as hosts and real contributors. That's what you want to go with.
Spur of the moment.
Yeah.
I'm Bill Costello, and
I am Chad Thompson.
yay.
Yeah. Well, not the whole crew's here. Our foreign correspondent
Yeah.
is not with us. He's
Lost in the wilds of Durango.
He has a cool picture of him with his kid. So.
Which, a shout out to Samwise. Looking good.
Yeah.
Little baby ginger with a tuft of hair on top.
Mm-hmm.
Cute as hell.
that look of like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Around? Yeah. Good times.
I was born in the Taylor house. Yay.
Today's show brought to you by the letter Q.
And the number purple.
Yeah.
Yay.
What are we going to be talking about, gentlemen?
Well, we're going to talk about the lack of new stuff for Age of Sigmar. We'll talk about some of the new 40K stuff. Let me see. The new Hobby Expo is coming up next weekend. We'll delve into some creation. We will have a Warcry wine.
That would be me. By the way, you're lonely war crier over here in the corner.
And then we're going to give a real topical overview of the two new books, Auric Warclans and Free Cities of Sigmar. So
It just says Cities of Sigmar. There's nothing free about that book.
Actually, it says
Very
Order Battle Tome.
Order of
Cities
Battle
of
Tome.
Signar.
Oh,
If you
wow.
really want to go
Signar?
That's
Is it an insurance company? Or... God.
Signa.
Oh, Signar. Yeah, okay. It's a mix of the two.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Get our
So,
mitts on it.
Before we hit that,
Oh, here we go. Bill derailing the show once again.
that's me. That's my job.
Go get him, Tiger.
So, quick shout out. I'm going to be at the New Hobbyist Expo in Grapevine, Texas next weekend. So if you're there, feel free to come on up and say hi or punch me in the face, whatever. Whatever you feel you have to do. So just remember.
Work out that frustration.
Yeah.
I will get the Polaroids set up so you can sign the 8x10s.
Oh, good. Do you have my new
Yeah.
business cards ready?
Well, they're just mine.
Oh,
Just my
great.
headshots. Because you give the people what they want.
Dartboards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I was going to go to that, but then it didn't work out.
Oh,
So
that's I have the kids weekend.
yeah, it is.
That sucks.
It is indeed.
But also next weekend is dun 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 Armies on Parade. Yay!
Wow, that came around a lot faster than I thought it would.
And didn't it? Because we had a few shows ago said
We're going to
we're
do
going to
it.
do our 40K armies.
Yep. Whoops.
Yeah, we missed that deadline.
Yeah, well, okay. Get off our case. This is like the first time ever that we said we're going to do something hobby related
and then
didn't do it. All right. Okay.
Yes, because you are known for doing hobby things all the time.
Okay, it was the first time this month.
Yeah, exactly.
So are we ready to crack into New Dawn?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it up.
All right, so the pre-orders for AOS this week. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So last week there was nothing for AOS. This week, nothing. Or coming up next week, nothing for AOS. It's all 40K, which is, okay. We've had a bunch of releases recently, but
Yeah, I was going to say, we do have two hot new battle tomes.
new
on
battle
hand.
tomes. Yeah.
No new models,
No.
Well, no, the Night Quester.
Oh, yeah, the new Night
The
Quester.
Night Quester,
which doesn't count because that was like an exclusive in an
Yeah.
event.
It's an
that's
event
as
model.
close as we have to new.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to fill the void.
I'm glad we got an update for Stormcast.
Yeah, we needed that.
Two more chambers. 2 more chambers.
Oh, God.
2 more chambers.
I told you they need an update, man. They're getting
Yep.
They're getting
Yeah.
downtrodden. So,
Tough break.
But on the pre-orders for if you ordered yesterday or today when we're recording, the set of calendars is up. So the Horus Heresy, 40K, and AOS calendars are there.
Yep.
And, you know, Carl Tuttle always says the same thing. They're only $17. Buy the damn calendars because there's probably going to be a picture or two you want. A $5 frame over there at Walmart or Target, and you've got yourself a piece of art to hang on your wall. So
Very, very true.
They are very cool calendars. So I did order all three.
Of course you did.
The 40K Psychic Awakening book is up for pre-order as of yesterday.
Yep.
Wow, does that thing look cool. I mean, just what they're showing now is hot, 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 hot. So I think they're going to use this. Reese over there at Frontline Gaming mentioned that there might be some love in there for a certain chapter of Space Marines that hasn't seen a lot of love. Not Black Templars.
Oh.
No, it's...
Blood Ravens?
No. The guys who are at the absolute bottom end. Come on, they're
Ultramarines?
psychic. They're psychic, and they fight Grey Knights.
Oh, Thousand Suns. Got it. Yeah.
Grey Knights.
Great nights.
Yeah, they may be getting some love. So, but also the big box, the Blood of the Phoenix box, is out there. So,
Yeah.
Get
What's your thoughts on that?
well, I ordered one.
Thought you were going to order two and we were going to split them.
Yeah, I couldn't afford to order two.
Yeah. They are not cheap.
$230.
Oh, my God. I didn't notice that, but okay.
But you get quite a bit of stuff in there.
Yeah, it actually comes with a crap ton of good stuff in there. A Wave Serpent,
Yeah,
a Viper, the new Howling Banshees, and the Phoenix Lord
yeah,
for the Eldar, and then Scourges,
yep.
Hellions, the new Incubi of Venom, and the Phoenix Lord for Dark Eldar. I mean, it's a lot of really good stuff. But
That's a box that can get you started on either side, either Jakari or Eldari.
well, they said one box, 3 armies,
Yeah,
because you can also do the Inari.
yeah, you can do Yanari from that box.
So
It's just over the top.
Not bad.
No.
Not bad at all.
Nope. And we were just looking at the price. You know, if you were to buy just those models separately, you're still getting. You're paying $230 for the whole thing, but you're getting like $100 worth of free models.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth a look at. And of course, also up for pre-order is the new White Dwarf. Yay! New White Dwarf printing schedule, 3rd Friday of the month.
I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, it's what they've moved to. Instead of being the 1st of the month, it's the 3rd Friday now. I don't know if I love that. I don't know why it irks me.
Because it's change.
Yeah, change is bad.
Change begets change.
Change is bad.
And you don't like change.
I don't like change.
Fair enough.
I'm a constitutionalist.
Oh, boy. Wrong podcast. Wrong podcast.
Sorry, did it again. Damn it. Okay. Let my little heart be all a Twitter once again.
Uh-huh.
Because the pre-orders that were announced today, so we'll go on pre-order Saturday the 19th, Salamanders.
The army you're not going to do.
That's right. Blood Angels all
The
the way.
army you're not going to do, Bill, because you're doing Blood Angels, because we have Red
Blood
Marines behind
Angels,
me.
yes.
I'm sorry.
The
I'm
Angels
sorry.
of Blood.
Yeah.
In the words of Slayer, I'm sure there's a lyric somewhere in one of their songs where they scream Angels of Blood.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
There you
but
go.
I don't love them either. So
Oh, my God.
yeah, no, Salamanders. Yay.
Okay.
So leave me be, man.
Are you going to get the collector's edition book?
If I can swing it, yeah.
Okay.
So if I can swing it, definitely. Also, the Imperial Fist books is coming out. So
Yep.
books is coming out. English are my second language.
It happens.
Okay.
And you am good.
I am. So, of course, with the codexes or codex supplements comes the cards and the upgrades and the upgrade sets with the transfers.
Yeah,
So,
which is awesome.
yeah. I love the way they're doing that now. They're making it to where you can actually make your guys look like you want them to. So
Yeah.
it's
very
joyous. I can't wait to spread fire.
happy. Can't wait to play the one chapter that remained loyal.
Yeah.
Hot
Wow.
take.
Okay.
Hot take.
Hot take. Okay. Also coming out are the models, the captains for each one of, what is it? Adrax, Agatone, and Tor Garadon. third company captains for each one of the chapters.
Yeah.
Those models are gorgeous.
Yeah, first of all, they're fantastic. A whole new level. But they're not Volcanistan and Lysander.
No.
Which I thought was very interesting that they finally did not cross the Rubicon or whatever it is with existing characters.
Well, I actually think they're going to, but that's why these guys are getting captains rather than chapter masters. I think you're going to see those guys either die
or I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
They didn't want to put somebody in the limelight too much.
Yeah.
Because Vulcan and Dorn are coming back.
I can see Vulcan.
And Dorn?
Dorn?
And
Dorn would be nice, but the feasibility of it, I don't know. I don't know.
That's weird. I'd love it. Trust me, I would.
I'm ready for another Loyalist Primarch already, dang it.
I know. You know, that's the thing is Guilliman's great.
Yeah.
And he's the, he's not the hero we wanted, but he's the hero we needed.
Yeah.
And there was a great thing on the stream the other day about, Guilliman's the only guy that could pull together the logistics of the big crusade and getting the Primaris Marines out. He's the only guy that could have done that. Nobody else would have done it as well.
Sanguinius, but
yeah.
Whoops.
There's that whole, can't retcon that.
Yeah.
Oh,
or can you?
Or can we?
Yeah. Maybe.
Evrain's pretty cool. They better not. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I know.
You would kind of eliminate 90% of the Blood Angels lore if you did that.
Yeah, but you could already eliminate it because the Primaris aren't affected by that stuff. Their gene seed is too pure. It's before it was created before Sanguinius died. So
it should be free.
So Primaris should not suffer from the red thirst and all that.
But I think there's stories of some of them doing it. So they regress. I don't know.
Huh.
But
I haven't read that book.
So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I would love to see Vulcan come back. Dorn, I don't know, he's kind of a dork. No, I'm kidding. Wow. I'm kidding.
I feel personally attacked.
You shouldn't, because I was kidding.
Anyways.
Does anybody else smell burning?
Yes. Okay. I was thinking that myself, but okay.
It's not the eggs.
Did Pam burn the cheese again?
I think so.
Oh, Pam.
If we get a pizza here in the next few minutes, we'll know.
Wow. Good times.
Just so you guys know, my wife is making dinner for us. But other than that, there's no AOS releases or...
They're out, OCR Bone Reapers has got to be right around the corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is they're
You're not
ready.
feeling it, huh?
No.
Really?
And with that new Vandus Hammerhand ripoff one.
Wow.
They're too busy. I'll save it for the Warcrier segment, which is going to be the main focus of the show from now on, is my segments. So I'll save it my ranting for that.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So you're just going to be quiet then for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I have nothing to contribute whatsoever.
That's never stopped you from ever saying anything before.
New Leaf.
Oh.
New Leaf, new listeners.
I'm glad we could do that right now. I'm glad
it's
we
good.
could have
it's good to do it now.
This moment of clarity.
Yeah. So you have to pick up the slack. So
that you've been lifting the whole time?
Go.
Oh, my God. Wow. So
all right.
We're going to rename this to Two Fools Tavern. And
yeah.
So it may be copyrighted.
It might be.
I don't know. I'm excited about the Bone Reapers. I'm not going to do the army by any means, but I'm curious to see what their rules are going to be and see just how many more models they might get in their range. I don't think there's anything else hidden up their sleeve, but we'll see.
Yeah.
See what they do to the meta. That's always interesting. See what kind of impact they have.
Interesting to see that. But now, let me make a statement.
Oh, here we go.
The release of the OCR Bone Rippers is a complete slap in the face to every Tomb King player ever made.
Why?
Discuss. A, we invalidated your army a while ago.
Okay.
B, we just basically took that theme and ran with it and made it good, but your toys don't work. Whereas my Free City guys, hey, they're all thumbs up because my stuff's kicking it again.
So can I still have Carl Franz on the side of my Steam Tank?
Of course you can.
Why wouldn't you?
Because he doesn't exist in AOS.
He's the Celestant Prime.
Name it's like Adolf Hitler. You just can't have that name around anymore? Is that how that works?
I don't think you want to put that on the side of your car, but...
Don't tell me what I can't do. This is America. I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
I didn't mean to ruin your narrative. I'm sorry.
This is a judgment-free podcast.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You know how I feel about Tomb Kings and that boat sailing and burning to the keel. I think that Tomb King players should be happy that you have basically an updated, AOS-ified, inspired army based off of what you used to like.
That you can now buy again because all the stuff you bought 5 years ago.
Cry me a river and drown in it. This hobby requires you to spend money. You'll be all right.
Well, I mean, if you look at it in those aspects, Primaris Marines.
Right.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I had a little
army.
whinge, if you will, about Space Marines when I bought hundreds of dollars worth of the old stuff, and then a month later Primaris dropped, and I was like, I don't even want to look at regular Marines anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, well, I got over it, and I have a Primaris Marine army now.
Well, I'm not getting over it because, I feel for those Tomb King guys. I'm the one who's being a little empathic here. I'm the one who's trying to feel.
Stop trying to cater to Tristan. That's what this is.
My devious ploy didn't work.
Purse is spoiled again.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying about like the Seraphon is if they got the same treatment that Tomb Kings essentially did.
Right.
But I think it would be even more on the nose.
Yeah.
Instead of like, here's an homage to an army that used to exist. It's more of like, here is a complete reimagining of the same army.
Yep.
I mean, I think that would be incredible.
And like I said last show, if they invalidated all the models that I've purchased for Seraphon, which is a huge investment, but turned out something that looks as good as the Bone Reapers do, I'd be like, okay, I'm on board. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Because, at least in that interim period, I could proxy my old stuff to be the new, we all know that we're going to see Tomb Kings coming out as proxies for some of this Bone Reaper stuff.
Yeah, I've already seen it online. People talking about doing different things.
So, I mean, that's a given, and that I have absolutely no issues with that whatsoever.
I do, but that's a whole different show.
No, I don't know. I think if you're a Tomb King guy, I guess you have a small, maybe reason to be a little upset, but get over it and move on.
I could see that also with Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, there's my Empire army. I'll blow the dust off of it.
Yeah.
I have a new book, which, thank you for making my army playable again.
Yeah. For
uploading it in lore, but it doesn't blend. It's not. It doesn't feel high fantasy. It still feels Napoleonic.
And I really think they were trying to hit that with that book. They were trying to de-emphasize the high fantasy and say, these are the workaday people. These are the people that get up in the morning and they're not Stormcast. They're not. Again, the stream, they covered a pretty good developer's sort of diary on that. And, these are not people who wake up every day ready to go to war, ready to fight. These are people who get dragged into it because someone's attacking and we have to levy 300 people for the battalion. Sorry.
Because the other book that came out this week
Yeah.
is the army that's attacking
is coming in.
Well,
Because those people are designed to fight all the time.
Now, that book is so OP, it's ridiculous. But anyway, we'll
God.
get into that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Something we missed last week in the news, or 2 weeks ago, was the little books that came out. The two little books, the Age of Sigmar little book and
the reissue of the rules, but in the smaller,
in the way smaller format. So this just fits right in your bag or whatever you use to carry. It's got all the scenarios, all the updated rules, all the realm allegiance abilities, and all that stuff. It's all in here, reprinted from the.
It's basically everything you need for match play.
It's the match play book.
Yep.
And it's also. What is it called? A5 size or A4?
Yeah, I don't understand any of that.
It's
British terminology.
British small book format.
Yeah.
So it's super small. It's a little bit bigger than a paperback, a little smaller than a hardback. So it'll fit in almost anything you're carrying. And they did the same thing for 40K, with the exception of made it a hardback.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Which is so strange because it's got all the rules, all the updates, all the stuff, but I don't know why they went soft for AOS and hard for 40K. Don't even. I saw that look.
Sorry. Giggity. Okay. What's the price difference? The soft one's only like $17 or something.
No, the AOS book was like $35.
Good God.
And the 40K book, I think, was either 40 or 50. I don't remember exactly which.
So basically full price.
Almost.
For a tiny book.
That's a little much. Okay.
But for the handy and convenience, I was a little surprised the AOS book was $35. I would have
especially considering like everybody and their mother has a copy of the main rule book now because they put it in all the starters, and so many people bought multiple starters for both games.
Yeah, but this is updated. This has got all the...
all right.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying that justifies everything.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of shocked that this book was $35 softcover,
Now,
and then the hardcover was only a few bucks more.
Are we going to start seeing that little rule book every year updated, like a general's handbook, for an additional $35 in match play?
I doubt it.
I'll do you one more. Are we going to see a reissue of all the existing battle tomes in that size soft book? Because they started doing that in 6th edition, 40K or whatever it was.
One of them, yeah.
They did it for a couple of them, then they stopped.
Yeah.
So
because they didn't go over real well.
All right.
So, and
then why bring these out?
Because I think something like this, the updated AOS book, has got all the updated rules, and you can leave behind all the other books that you're carrying around.
But you still need the points values and all that, so you're still going to carry.
You're still going to carry the
handbook.
GHB.
You're still going to carry around your army book. You might have to carry around multiple army books depending on the army you're playing.
No, that's just learn to play better.
Oh,
okay.
No. Who would say something like that?
But I mean, it is handy.
Okay,
I will say that, and it does
it.
keep you from having to bring the core rule book.
I don't know. I still just do everything on my phone.
Yeah.
And as much as the app drives me nuts, because like if you sneeze on it funny, it closes everything.
And goes to a different page.
Yeah, I still just buy all my stuff through there.
I know. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
The app is really, I think, where the future lies.
Yeah.
But I know they can't cut out that segment of the audience that will not go digital.
Oh,
well, yeah,
that's fine.
Eventually they're
Unless
going to lean on them.
How about this? What about a Warhammer GW branded iPad with all the stuff preloaded?
I'll do you one more.
Okay.
What about a contact lens that just projects it straight into your retina so that you can read it while you drive, like I do? Wait, no. My boss doesn't listen to this, does he?
I don't
No.
Okay, we're good.
You might check.
Oh, God.
I like my idea better. Yours is a little intrusive, but
well,
because they'd be looking into my brain at the same time. I'm sure of it.
As long as GW doesn't get my browser history, we'll be all right.
Not going to go there.
Nope.
So we ready to move to creation?
Yeah.
Sure.
Good.
What did we do?
Who wants to create?
I created...
Poo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. Multiple times. God. Yeah, no, I unfortunately have not done any hobby-related stuff. I've been very busy doing other things. So,
Well, then I guess I'll pick up Elric's slack again.
wow.
Is that I've been hobbying.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I've been working on my Ironjawz for Warcry, all 6 models.
Yeah.
But it's
Do you have, you have. Oh, never
yeah.
mind. I was going to say you had Art Boys too. I didn't see you put together the Brutes.
Yeah, I put together the Art Boys and the Birds, and finally decided on paint scheme, something with a 3-foot rule, because I can't paint.
Here, hand it. I want to see it.
Since when can you not paint?
Since my hands have started shaking more, my eyesight's got a little bit poorer.
No.
As 45 is kicked in.
Ooh,
That's
45.
nonsense because this looks pretty solid. You even got the eyes done right. That looks good. You base this? This is not based. Please
No.
tell me.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm just going to basically paint the base green, slap some flock, and
Either
some
way,
bushes
all you
on
need
it.
to do is put a little bit of the basing stuff.
I don't like that stuff.
Okay, well, something like that. And a tuft of grass, boom, that model looks good.
Yeah,
That
it looks really good.
especially if you want to branch out and do a whole army like that, it looked fantastic on the table.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
It was very clean, very efficient paint job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you both.
So
And that's all I want. Like I said, the
Yeah.
3-foot rule, it's down, it's
There you go.
done.
Yeah.
Yay. Looks good.
Yep.
Yeah. If you were doing Golden Demon, you could take a year off work and do that. So.
Yeah, and I'm not ever going to do that.
Okay.
Bill,
Um,
you're usually a hobby monster, and I see painted terrain behind you, so
yes.
lay it on us.
So let me see. I did some more work on my Aeronautica Imperialis last night. I painted the engines and stuff.
That I'm excited about. Those things look awesome. Oh,
What?
why are we not playing this? That is so cool. Oh,
I know. I really want to get a demo game going.
Yes.
Pretty quick.
yes.
So.
I actually work with a guy who is playing Flames of War,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
and I told him about this, and he was like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah?
So I'm like, "Yeah, you may want to come back into it," because whenever 8th was done, whenever it became Age of Sigmar, he
Yeah.
dropped. He's
Yeah,
like,
just
I'm just
said
going to
fair
focus
enough.
on this. I'm like, no, you don't understand. These are fantastic miniatures, and
Yeah.
this paint scheme is great.
I kind of liked it. I'm going to do some regular blue ones next. So we'll see how those come out.
Yeah, very excited about that. I can't wait to see what else they start adding to it.
Oh, I know.
Because it looks like Titanicus or whatever, where they're going to just constantly put new, just like little bits here and there, but constant, you know.
And the idea that Adeptus Titanicus and Aeronautica Imperialis are the same scale gives me makes my heart jump for joy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, as soon as they start adding infantry and stuff
And
like that.
We get epic.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
all over.
I'm all over that.
all over.
So I finished up the ruins. I put those up on the Facebook page. They seem to go over well. That was that test with the 3D printed terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed
What
working on those.
did I see that?
Yeah, they're in the. You saw the one finished, and you wanted to see all of them done.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're all done.
That looks way different
Yeah,
than when you showed me before you had finished the basing, essentially.
Yeah.
You even added a bunch more color to it.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks fantastic. The pictures looked really good.
Yep.
So,
yeah. They were fun to do. They were definitely fun, and that's going to become my out for LVO terrain, really,
awesome.
because those are super easy to do. And then started up the Black Storm Vault. I did some of the ancillary pieces, the Sigmar piece, and all that stuff. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it the other night.
Okay. I'm still cranking on that. I got to get that thing done. I was hoping to have it done this weekend, but not happening. So hopefully by next weekend.
How long does it take you to do this stuff?
That's actually like 3 dry brushes in a row. So I dry brush one color on all of them, then do it on the next one. So the whole batch there took me a couple hours.
Very quick, very efficient.
Yeah. And I think they
looking.
look pretty cool.
Yeah, they
I
do.
like the look.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of a theme that I'm looking for the narrative at LVO. So that'll fit.
Cool.
So that's all I've been doing.
I'm just kind of realizing now that LVO is 3.5 months away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And if I'm going to play, I need to get an army together already.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Now, there's going to be a Warcry event at LVO also, I believe. Yes, no?
I'm not certain.
That I don't know.
I know games are going to break out because
Yeah.
I'm bringing my stuff,
Yeah.
for when other people are playing in the event, and I'm not having to sit over the top of it. Plus, at night and stuff.
Warcry dropped after like all the LVO
Yeah.
registration and
Oh.
events got submitted. So I think to try to squeeze it in would have been.
But then we pick up games.
Oh yeah, well they always have that big open area where people are
Yeah,
playing
open
random
gaming
stuff.
areas and stuff. So.
Yeah,
Well, this year was my first LVO experience. So
Right.
no,
yeah, that was the first one, and that was just stopping in as a guest, so I didn't get to see nearly
yeah.
as much as I wanted to see.
But did you get the itch to play something like to actually sit down,
Oh,
crank
yeah.
out some
Oh,
games?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
mean-
this year I want to play.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do full blown AOS. I mean, I don't know if I would have anything prepared in 3 months, but I know that Warcry would be easy. I mean, I want to get the Gloomspite kits would be a great war band to throw together.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've got my Ironjawz, and I may do a Stormcast one, maybe, but those Untamed Beasts,
I know.
yeah, they do look
they're
good.
calling me.
They should
Do
be.
you? Okay, I know that we're really good about setting expectations and crashing them. That's kind of like
yeah,
our gimmick
that's our
on the
thing.
show.
That's why we're friends. Yeah.
It's our thing. Yeah.
How about a challenge?
Oh,
Not like,
oh.
Like where we motivate each other. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, not
Okay.
like a
Because
three-way.
this is, well, I mean, you want to get the lighting right. We both get an army for LVO up and running.
I don't know if I want to play full blown AOS again right now.
The thing is, this is an AOS podcast, and at the least, it would give us more to talk about.
If I do make an AOS army, it's going to be a Squig army.
I have you covered on Squigs.
If
I can
that's
give
the
you
case,
a Squig army to play.
Then I can pound that out. Boom. Super fast.
Okay. If you're interested in doing it, let me get together my Squig stuff.
Okay.
I've been snapping up
Yeah, you
Squigs
have.
left and right, so I can get an exact count of my collection, and we can go from there.
Okay. Then, yeah, if I can get a Squig army put together.
A Squigalanch.
Squig apocalypse.
So good.
Squigpocalypse. I like it.
Okay, and then I will play. I don't know. I have so much to pick from.
Now, as you guys are talking about playing AOS at LVO, did you forget that you agreed to help me TO the narrative event? I love dashing dreams and
That's so
crushing
nice.
hopes, and
You could see my Squig army in the narrative event. So what I'll have to do is have you build them, and I'll paint them.
Okay,
Okay? Done.
we can do that.
Everybody, all 15 viewers and listeners have heard that, so we're good.
I can't play anyways because Dad's not going to let me go out and play with everybody else. I have to stay home and set up all the decorations for somebody else's birthday party.
Buy a ticket, take it
Again,
out. Sorry.
every year.
you can set up the prom, but you can't go be king.
I'm going to put on a dress anyways.
Okay, well, you could be queen.
No,
you could
that's-
definitely be the queen.
It will be a Friday night anyhow.
Oh, so good. All right, well, you heard it here. Chaddington will be squigging it up at LVO.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Nice.
Gotta love it. Okay, and for battle, we got nothing.
Unfortunately.
I didn't even get a game of Warcry in this week.
Yeah, your
So-
schedule kind of got bananas, which sucks because we had an event ready to go.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go anyways, but,
I know, but
one of these days, Bill, you're going to set up an event and I'm going to come to it. You're not going to know what to do.
I reset the meeting engagement tournament for the 30th, and Andrew hit me right back with, "Great, thanks for having an event I can't go to."
It's a weekend we have.
And I
the
was
kids
like, "You have the kids that weekend, great." So
you going to have to move it again, or are you going to run it on the 30th?
I'm going to talk to Mandy because there was 2 possible weekends that I could use in November, but they were 2 weeks from each other. So either way, it's going to not hit you guys. So I'm going to talk to Mandy and see what we can't fix. Move that
All right.
to where we can.
I do want to play.
I know,
I
and
do
I
wanna
need to
play.
get you guys in there because Andrew and you guys.
Yeah.
I want to get you
I
in there.
need to start playing again. I don't remember how to play this game.
Well, I have a little book you can read. That has
Right,
all
yeah, a
the-
little A5 book. How very convenient.
And it only costs you $40
Right.
because of markup.
Friend prices.
All right, so at this point, we're going to take a quick break because it really smells like my house is burning now. And so we're either real close to having dinner or
Evacuating.
we might have to just call this thing done.
What would you do if there was all this shrink wrap?
I don't even want to think about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't even.
Wait, Bill's going to wake up in a cold sweat tonight now. Like, no, not my shrink wrap.
I have.
As his wife is like, save me.
Ryan blows me no end of the, you know what?
Yeah.
Because I have a database of everything I've purchased for this game
Yeah.
in the last, I think I started this latest database in 2011 or so.
Okay.
And I mean, I have everything in there: pictures, worth, the values, what I paid for it, with the discounts and all that. And he thinks it's just because I'm OCD. I think it's because I would need that for insurance if anything happened.
Ask Kirk about that. Yeah.
So, exactly. So I don't plan to get caught out.
Okay. Hold on. If you're willing to do it, what's the grand total from 2011? Oh my God, are you really going to bring it up?
Oh, this is going to be lovely.
No
I've
way.
been wanting to see this for a long time.
Oh God, I don't know if I can handle it.
It should. I'm going to ballpark it.
Ballpark it.
It's going to be up 5 figures
2011.
till now.
So 8 years, and Bill, up until the last 12 months, has purchased pretty much everything that drops for both systems, and for the last 18 to 24 months has been picking up Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yeah, which I don't understand, but I'm not.
Because we're
not
going to
gonna
do
go
it one of these days, dang it.
Oh.
One of these days. In fact, I need to get my own Pelennor field. Oh, no. We just need to get together and build and paint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And just what we have. We do more than enough with it. Anyways, now they've also been dropping all these spin-off games. And Bill has been snapping every one of those up as well.
You guys
do you have it? Okay, hold on. We'll do some prices, right? Like showcase showdown stuff here. All right.
I'm ready.
So my guess is going to be $28,950.
$28,950. Chad?
I'm going to shoot for over 30.
Give me
okay, we're going to do $31,995.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Phil, I don't know if my heart can take this.
Okay, now keep in mind, I don't have the link going to my computer for the latest updates. So this is as of January. Yeah,
this is wonderful.
I seriously don't know if I can handle.
This is as of February or March of this year.
Oh, wow. So there's still thousands of dollars.
Yeah, there's still a bunch.
Oh, God, wait.
Folks, if you could see the room we sit in to do this show.
This is legitimate.
It's a game store.
Thing.
It's a game store.
Yes, it absolutely is.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Okay, I said $28,950. You said $31,995?
Yeah, and we need to have some sort of drum roll edited in later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So double it and add 8.
Jesus Christ! Oh.
61. That's without the last 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
And now that puts me closer, so technically I do.
That is true.
Yeah.
That you get the trip to Delaware.
That'll be my payment.
Oh, my God. So probably closer to like $63,000.
I'd say closer to 70 because I bought the Forge World stuff. And,
you bought multiple sets of terrain.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Forge World, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Forge World. And I also include codexes, but I don't include Black Library.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so probably a good 70, around 70. You are driving, or you have a...
There should be a cornerstone somewhere at Games Workshop headquarters.
Yeah,
with his name.
if anybody from GW is listening to this, that is... It reminds me of the guy on Twitter who flipped out over the Marvel thing because he spends $1,000 a year. Games Workshop should listen to him because he drops $1,000 a year.
That's an amateur.
Yeah.
That's amateur level.
Like... I don't even know if that guy's worthy to let you walk on his back as you go into the GW store.
With my shrink wrap? No.
Yeah. Good God, Bill.
I thought for a second you may faint.
So there was a part of me that's like, shoot for the moon, kid, and say something like 54,000 or something. Even that would have been modest. God bless.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Bill.
So before you think, just you have to consider, I'm at a point in my life where I have some disposable income.
I would hope
That's
so.
Not always the case.
I would hope so, Bill. Because otherwise, they're coming for you.
Oh, you mean you have to pay credit cards?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Or you could just get another credit card to pay off the old one.
For lore, we're going to have the War Cry Whiner. And I will add the town crier.
Yes, we got to have
if I can find it good.
Yeah.
It's the War Crier.
Stay a while and listen.
Hosted by the War Cry Whiner.
That would be me.
Yes.
So, okay.
What are you going to whine about?
Today, well, the one thing that has been bothering me are the Osiarchs. And I've ranted about them before to you guys, off the show, but I just don't like them.
Okay.
Necrons got together with some Tyranids and threw some Tomb Kings in there, and now we have this new army. And I don't like the aesthetic. I think it's way too busy. There's just too much going on the miniatures themselves.
Do you want to reserve judgment until you have the models in hand?
Well, I usually just shoot from the hip anyhow and go from there.
Okay, fair enough.
And yeah, I'm used to eating crow, so yeah, it's fine. But for now, I don't care about the lore.
Even though we have like no real,
I don't
around
have
collecting bones.
Yeah, I have no desire to read about it. I'm just like, no, sorry, just does not do it for me. And I know there's people that. It's the new Tomb Kings, and I don't care. It's too much. They're too busy. And, that Vanis Hammerhand ripoff, it's the same pose.
Wow.
It's Nagash like, I made my own. Well, that's okay, fine. It doesn't do it. Nope, sorry. If you're going to have Tomb Kings, put Tomb Kings back, call it a day. But, again, I'll wait and see.
Okay.
It's a free country. You're entitled to an opinion.
Yeah, even though you were over there nodding your head when I was talking about Seraphon getting reimagined.
Which I think if they would do it, it would be awesome to see them reimagined. But how would you do it? How would you high fantasize a lizard army like that? I mean, without going completely Godzilla.
Oh, can I take this one?
Yeah.
I would say I would look at the previous range that I was trying to update, and I would give them sort of a new way of doing things and a new methodology, and then get new sculpts with all the new technology, and then release them. Wouldn't that work?
So yeah.
He sees the trap. He can see the trap. Because, yeah, they reimagined Tomb Kings into Osiark Bone Reapers, but you want to see them reimagine Seraphon into something that's like Seraphon, but different. You hate change. You hate advancing.
No, I love change and advancing. I just think that these are these Osiarks, but this has nothing to do with Warcry, so I apologize for anyone who thought it would. They're too busy. There's too much going on with them. I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't do. It's sort of like when they released the Minotaurs that were the new from I think it was 8th edition.
Yeah,
they brought the new ones, and they just were all blocky looking, and they just kind of look like crap. I don't know. I can't describe it. I just don't like the aesthetic. It's too.
They don't tickle
flashy.
your fancy. That's all.
Yeah, they don't. If it was Tomb Kings were fine. What's the problem with that?
Because they're outdated and
they're pretty goofy looking. To be perfectly honest,
yeah,
their heads are like as big as their torsos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you'd clean them up, but keep that Egyptian-esque feel, these I don't know. You know, I just don't like them.
I think they're just trying to work everything into their realms, their universe, and
they're
do
trying to
away
make everything
with
unique.
Yeah, and do away with those callbacks to the old.
You mean like
junk.
Cities of Sigmar?
Yeah,
and everything in there. Okay, I'm just curious. We're on the same page. Make sure.
So I got to disagree with you as far as like I think the army looks fantastic, but the thing that I do agree with you on, and I kind of wonder about it, is because there is so much detail on these models, at what point do you hand something like this to somebody who's new into the hobby and doesn't know how to paint or anything like that, and they just get overwhelmed? Because if you look at the Stormcast, like the original stuff that came out, like the Liberators, the Adjudicators, even some of the characters have like a couple extra tassels or whatever, and some scroll stuff, but for the most part, they're still fairly inviting to paint.
Yeah,
almost.
Knights
and then
in armor.
Yeah, and then you look at the stuff that is the most recent releases for Stormcast, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of detail, a lot of extra pouches and belt buckles and straps and just, all kinds of stuff like that. And it's like, at what point is that just kind of overwhelming for a new person? And now you look at the Osiark Bone Reapers, and when you look at stuff like Nagash, or not Nagash, but like the Mortarks, the Manfred, the Arcan, and stuff like that, those are fantastic kits, but that's a lot of detail to ask somebody to paint. And now it almost feels like an entire range of that. Models with like that level of detail on even your little infantry dudes is like, dang. That, I don't know, it's a big ask maybe to make it look good. And then what happens if you are new and you paint it to the best of your ability? It doesn't look fantastic, and now people are like, oh, I'm tired of these garbage-looking armies, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's putting in their time. And it's like, well.
Learn to paint better.
Thank you. I'm glad I didn't have to say that. Pay someone to do it for you, whatever. I don't know. It'd be curious to ask. We should ask somebody who, like, just started coming into the store.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what's your feedback? Does this intimidate you?
Is it overwhelming?
Does it excite you?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, just the game in general, there's a lot to dive into. Like right now, taking up the Squig challenge, I'm a little intimidated.
Really?
With the rules and everything that I haven't played for, 2 years? Like an honest-to-God large game of AOS. So I am a little intimidated. I'm like, I don't know the new rules, any of the new stuff. I'm just like, oh, crap. Okay.
Let me give you a thought here. So you could take your Squigalanche and do 2,000 points and get ready for, match play games. Or
you could giving him an out.
Yeah. You could do a quick 1,000 points and do some meeting engagements.
Well, yeah. To get back into it.
Yeah. And then start kicking it up a notch and adding a unit here and there. And next thing you know, I mean, they are truly aiming the hobby these days at the entry-level people, which is why they have Kill Team and Warcry. Mm-hmm. You can start out, and even Underworld, you can start out with 3 models. And then you go up to Warcry with 6 to 10 models. And then once you've formed your basis there, you move up to something like a meeting engagement, maybe 1,000 points, maybe less. I think you're going to start seeing them emphasizing the lower points values even more than they did. I think they dipped their feet in the water with meeting engagements. I think you're going to see that more and more because they do realize that this is getting intimidating.
Yeah.
How can you not? It is intimidating. I don't care who you are, even if you're well established, picking up a new army it's a daunting thing to have to do.
It's almost like it was back in 8th edition.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting to that point where you need that many books, and you don't anymore because there's one concise book now. But anyway, but it is for the new guy.
Models and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
for the absolute new person that walked into a Warhammer store for the first time yesterday. You could look at this and just go, "Oh my God, there's no way I can't even fathom what's on the shelves, let alone the myriad of other YouTube channels, podcasts, freaking you name it, the forums everywhere."
Yeah, but they do make it more accessible, though, with Warcry and
contrast paints.
Yeah, and contrast paints and meeting engagement, stuff like that. So, they, ease into it. All right, what else you want to cry about there? I think we can
I was going to say we could close that segment with "Quit Your Whining."
Wow. That should be how we close it from
Shots
now on.
fired.
Quit your whining.
There you go.
And that's how you end it.
Did you have any other whines?
No, I'm sure if I sat here for 30 seconds, I could think of something.
Sure, but we don't care because we don't really want to be negative. And
no. This is just...
You being a Debbie Downer isn't really doing anything.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. No, it's true. It's very true. I like to keep things realistic, so I have to fight my 2 fanboys. Bring him back down a couple steps, but it's okay.
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck.
Trying.
So, shall we jump into the 2 new books?
Yep.
Well,
let's go.
Let's do it one at a time, though.
They're kind of expensive, so I'd prefer to not jump into them. Let's just open them and look at them instead.
Okay, we could open them and look at them. So let's do Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah, let's do Orc War Clans.
Let's do Orc War Clans.
Because I don't think it's as big of a deal.
That's a good point. There's not as much.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me rephrase. It's not as...
wide encompassing?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to short sell the book.
Right.
I'm very happy that it's a thing, and I think it is going to have a bit of a learning curve. They've definitely changed how greenskins work a bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very strong book.
Does this make Ironjawz playable again?
I think the General's Handbook boost that they got made them playable. And you saw them do podium appearances here and there.
Yeah.
This book, I think, allows them, especially if you play the big one. Are you talking Ironjawz only?
Well, I mean, that was the one where, you're looking at the top 10 armies in any tournament, and there's no mention of Ironjawz whatsoever. I mean, it's a little disappointing.
They were here and there. Every now and then they would poke their head out, just like Bone Splitters would too. But, I think Ironjawz has a thing. I think, actually, I'll say this. I could be wrong. It's been known to happen. But I'm going to go on the record as saying Mad as Hell might be the best ability in Age of Sigmar.
Okay.
It's hands down the best ability in AOS.
Yeah.
And it's so thematic and it fits so well with this army.
Yeah.
That it just, not only is it a perfect fit, but yes, I think it's got to be hands down the best ability, command ability out there.
Well, it's not even command ability. It's just an army.
Oh, yeah, right. It's just an army
now,
trait.
There's probably people who are saying, like, no, you're crazy because I can bring back a whole unit with one command point or stuff like, that
I don't
kind of
care.
stuff is kind of ridiculous. But this ability, being able to get free movement in every phase, and it doesn't specify which direction you have to go. So you could move, somebody could tag you and you move back onto an objective. There's just so much versatility with that ability.
And in a game where position and movement is so key to everything, to be able to violate the normal turn order and get free movement is over the top.
Yep. Incredibly powerful.
Now, what is this I heard about Bone Splitters having some sort of ability that negates Night Haunt or something?
It's a clan. It's the Draktooth clan.
Okay.
If you take that clan as your army, if it's your shtick, then what they do is they ignore ethereal. So basically, the idea of Night Haunt ignoring Ren goes away. So
the ethereal ability has no effect on attacks made by a Drakfoot unit. In addition, any ability that negates wounds has no effect on wounds inflicted by a Drakfoot unit. So, like Wrath, they could just get ripped right off the table. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty nasty stuff. And I know a lot of people were freaking out about it online, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I think it'll pop up at first.
Oh, yeah.
Shift the meta significantly. Once the meta's shifted, it'll go away.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if you're going to see somebody dedicate that much to it when there's other better ones out. I mean, obviously that is a super great thing to have if you're going up against your buddy who only plays Night Haunt.
Yeah.
Or who only plays
Morathi.
Deepkin, Daughters of Cain.
Yeah.
That's great. But if you're going to LVO, if you're going to Akon, if you're going to Nova, you're not going to face that army 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So you're not going to see it. It's not wide ranging enough. It's going to be devastating when you do get that matchup. It's going to be a real eye opener for the other guy, but I don't think you'll see it that much.
That being said, it's something you will have to keep in mind when designing your army, which I think is really important. That's the most important thing about it and its effect on the meta, because you think about things like KO, back in the real heyday of KO before GW just absolutely nerf-batted them out of existence. That was an army that you always had to keep in mind when designing what you were going to bring.
Right.
Is, am I going to run into the clown car? Not many people are playing it, but it will be there.
Yeah.
And so I have to be conscious of that.
And it makes it a gatekeeper. I mean, you're going to have the guy who is going to end up 35th out of 40. But if you run into him on game 1, you're pretty much going to be out of the top tables.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because you're going to lose that. Well, technically, you might lose that game. But, yeah, it's a gatekeeper, and it's
a
thing.
boogeyman list.
Yeah.
But
again, I know I made a lot of fun of it last week, but I was trying to prove a point that's one of those things that causes people to have feel badsies. Is stuff they'll run into something like that and they'll get absolutely incensed.
Yeah, well,
so
it happens.
It does.
All pig armies are definitely going to be a thing.
Oh my God, yes!
All pig armies are definitely going to be a thing. Holy crap!
Gore Grunta spam.
Yeah. That's going to be exciting to see.
I can see. It was interesting listening to the guys over there from. I won't mention the name of the podcast, but why not? And the guys over there at Black Sun that played on the stream the other day with the 2 orc war clans fighting each other. They in their Tactica section of their whole thing, they talked about what you can do and how crazy you can get with these different armies and these different builds. I think orcs are going to be, like I said, I told you that and you laughed at me. I said they're going to be top table. They're going to be top table within 6 months, and they're going to be winning tournaments.
Auric war clans.
Huh? Yeah.
Top tables. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be winning tournaments because there's a lot of people out there that have them.
Yeah.
And a lot of those names are well-known names and they're skilled players.
Sure.
And they're going to do well with them because they have the tools now.
All right. Now let's talk about the rebuttal to that statement.
You think they're going to suck?
No, the other book that got dropped, which is Bananas. The Cities of Sigmar.
Well, we'll get to that when we get to it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So let's not mix our metaphors.
All right.
But, I mean, Ironjawz, Oryx have so many. What they have now that they didn't have before is flexibility. They can do different things, and they can play in every phase of the game. They may be reacting to you doing something to them, but they're playing in that phase. They're not going to have a super strong, shooting phase, maybe, but there's sure as hell, there's a ability right there. You shoot me, I charge you, just because you shot me.
And as somebody who used to play Black Templars back in the day where your whole army got to do that, it is really strong.
It is. I mean, just that whole thing of, you can hear how they said the designers' commentary. We didn't want to change the way they played. We didn't want to make them, an all-around, let's give them all kinds of bow units. Let's give them all kinds of shooting. Let's instead make it to where you can't shoot them off the table before they get to you, because every time you shoot them, they get that much closer.
Yep.
So I think that was a brilliant fix to the problem that the Army had without having to make it dumb, without having to say, oh, there's actually all these brutes that have crossbows. We didn't know about them before. No. You just play your brutes as you did before. They just move 48 inches a turn now. I mean, seriously, they can do some serious movement shenanigans and be in your face.
Yep.
Which is good, because that's how they play the game.
They get up in your face super fast, and then they smash and bash you, and it's
all
good.
At the same time, they took away that ridiculous WOG, so that every turn they weren't doing 44 attacks per brute.
But their fighting got a lot more efficient in that there's ways to boost how well they hit.
Yes.
As well as you can still get, in addition to the number of attacks, it's just not as ridiculous as it was before and stuff like that. So
you can give them a lot of boosts and a lot of rerolls, and certainly a lot of increases overall.
Yep. So
I don't know, just watching Oryx in the hands of a couple of skilled players last night. Well, okay, I watched it last night. They played it, I guess, Friday, whenever that was.
Yeah.
But it was actually fun to watch Orc players having a lot of fun playing the game that they wanted to play, not just, oh, well, Slanesh is just going to hit me and I'm going to take off my Orcs now. So, it was actually, now granted it was Orc against Orc, but you can see how they're going to work. And I think they're going to surprise the living doo-doo out of a lot of factions out there, like Daughters of Cain. Yeah, go ahead. Start your stuff. Even with Marathi only taking 3 wounds a turn, it's don't worry about it. Maw Crusher comes up. Hey, babe.
Munch.
You want a date?
Well, no, the Maw Crusher ain't going to do much to her. 3 wounds.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bone splitters, though.
Yeah. They'll do her up. So, what else do we want to say about Oryx?
Well, I know in Warcry, a lot of people have found that, with the Ironjawz movement of 3, that's been quite the hindrance.
3 in the game.
3 in the game,
sorry,
in the Warcry game itself. Yep. But now they've found little fixes to that where all of a sudden you're moving, I think, 12?
Yeah, those people that were whining about Ironjawz movement in Warcry had just simply not read. They just looked at the cards, and they hadn't read what their tricks were. Because the standard average, you're going to get at least one guy who's going to probably move between 9 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then your mega boss goes up there and just turns into a murder machine.
Yeah. It's Vegematics.
Yeah.
The only thing that they have an issue with in Warcry is they kind of have to stay inside their bubble.
Well, yeah.
They kind of have to stick together. So seeing a single orc go off by itself to take an objective or a treasure pile or what have you, he's going to get sniped. He's going to get picked on badly. So, I mean, there's a lot of balance there. There are still missions out there. There's cards you can flip and combos that are going to tell the Ironjawz, this is not going to be a fun game for you.
Well, I think that's
going to be tough.
Pretty much almost every army.
Well, and that's the beauty of the card flips is it's the great equalizer. You can draw a mission that you can almost look at it and go, I can't do this. Or you'll flip it around and go, look at that. It fell right in my hands. I love it.
I just think it's going to be fun to see Oryx, shine.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since you've really been able to see anything like that.
There's certain armies that are fundamental to any game system. And I think in fantasy, Aegis, Sigmar, the Stormcast have to be good. The Khorne / chaos have to be tolerable. They have to be good. And I don't care what game, 40K, AOS, orcs have to be a thing.
Yeah.
They have to be something that you can fall back on and say, when all else fails, the orcs will just come out here and duff up the big stuff.
Yeah, and they have to be a viable threat in the game, not just in a story.
Right. The lore should somewhat represent, what the fiction or the game should represent, something like what the lore does. So, yeah, you should be a little nervous when you rock up to a table full of Ironjawz.
Excellent.
All right.
Beware the big green tide.
Yeah. I mean, they have abilities that are... Read the book. We're not going to sit there and go over each and every little ability, but just know that the Great Wog is super powerful, but it's now a command ability, and it's once per game. When to pop that is an incredibly strategic decision, because you really have to make sure you know what you're doing. So before we get to Cities of Sigmar, can I drop something on you guys? Like a little surprise?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I'm glad I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to the bathroom right now.
Oh, boy. How long do you think before we lose the random turn mechanic?
Never. It's not going anywhere. I don't care how much certain individuals cry at the top of their lungs and try over and over, year after year, to make it this controversial social media topic that blah, blah, blah. No, it's not going anywhere. That is Age of Sigmar, is the random turn thing. That is a key component to the game, period. That's how I feel about it.
No, I think you summed it up wonderfully. You can yell it from the mountaintop and shake your fist at the heavens, but this is a cornerstone. This is what the game is about. It's too important of something to just go, you know what, for, General's Handbook 2020, we'll just get rid of it. Well, then it's going to be like every other game. What's the point?
Allow me to retort.
Oh, boy.
Allow me to retort. Okay.
You now have 2 minutes, sir.
The random turn mechanic is an archaic throwback to a game system that had no points, that was meant to be done in an open, sort of fun, friendly way, where you just kind of, you run what you brung, to use some racing terminology. You rock up to the table, you got your big box of army guys, you pull them out until you're kind of satisfied, and the other guy does the same thing, and then you fight. And it's a grand old time. We have since, I like to think, evolved. We have gotten smarter over time. We have realized that structure and points are important to have a balancing system, even in narrative games, to make sure that one person isn't just going to dominate the table because of the inherent strengths of their army. What the double turn mechanic does is it takes away your tactical and strategic flexibility. I know you're thinking, wow, that's really dumb because it's what gives me flexibility, but it's not. You cannot make a plan with the double turn mechanic in the game that will stand up to, oops, I lost a double turn, so now my entire plan is trash. My game plan, my thoughts, my entire way of playing this army is now shot because I gave up a double turn on turn 2. So, boom. Instant negative play experience. Instant, golly gosh, why am I here?
2 things, Bill.
I'm just being the devil's advocate here.
2 things. The first, learn to play better.
I knew that was coming. I saw that train.
And 2, stay off of spiky bits.
Actually,
who put this in your head? Who did this to you, Bill?
You all know how I feel about the double turn. I freaking love it.
Okay.
But I am starting, and I used to say the same thing as you. This is a very simple, basic mechanic of this game. It's what the game is founded on, is the idea that you just don't get to automatically say, so you have to plan for the double turn. And if you don't, well, that's your fault.
Okay.
So the flip side of it is there is, I think, a growing current of people who are like, at least in match play and tournament play, it should be done away with, because it does give people that negative play, that whole thing of, I'm making this plan, I have this idea for how to fight your army. All of a sudden, that plan goes to heck because the double turn mechanic just said, no, you don't get to go in your turn.
Yeah, there's a growing number of people getting the measles, too. Bill doesn't mean that they're doing the right thing or even remotely intelligent, okay? The double turn is here, and it's going to stay.
I think that for the double turn, I think what... Measles.
I just became an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, you are the anti-vaxxer of Age of Sigmar, Bill, right there.
Oh, man.
Look, I was just throwing it out there for discussion.
Oh, well, I just discussed it.
And you know how I feel.
Okay.
I don't like the game without it.
Sure. Yeah, it's what makes Age of Sigmar a unique game.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing where even if you play a game where it never happens to either side,
yeah,
you always have to think about it when you're finished with that movement. Oh, God, I just left those guys out there.
Okay. And then what do you do if I charge my guys in on this fight, they statistically should win, blah, 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 and I roll all my dice, and I just rolled out of like the 60 dice I rolled, 50 of them were 1s and 2s. Like, that's a bad play experience. I don't want to deal with that. Huh? Take that aspect of the game away, too. Dang it. My feelings are hurt.
So, yeah, anyway, I just thought that would be a little fun aside, because I have seen on some different boards and some different places that the double turn mechanic is going to have a big impact on people that play against Ironjawz, because some of the Ironjawz abilities, if you get to use those 3 times in a row, because if you get the double turn, it can be devastating.
Yeah.
And so,
but again, you don't have like you don't have the shooting and stuff like that to back it up. You're getting to play in those phases. You get to react in those phases, which is really cool. But it's not like I don't think it'd be that overpowering. I mean, it'd be different if like I had a huge wave of brutes in your face, and you're like, oh man, if I shoot these guys, they're getting closer. And as they're getting closer, you're shooting me back with your own ranged units and stuff.
Right.
Like that would be
that'd be a little over the top. But
it would be a tough nut to crack, that's for sure. But
oh yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I think
I'd like to see the double turn mechanic stay the way it is. But if you get the turn sniped away from you, you can use a command point to re-roll the whole roll, both of you. So I mean, I don't know. That may be something. It may not be.
What about armies that just farm command points, though?
Yeah, I mean,
like
there's
the one we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah, there's just so many different things, and I'm not, like I said, you guys know how I feel about it. I was just throwing it out there because I've heard this growing undercurrent. Maybe it's time to change that, and I think some people are softening their hardcore stance on the double turn mechanic, but that's just me. So, shall we talk about I'm actually angry about this book now.
Okay, lay it on us, Bill.
Well, remember at last show you asked me if I felt left out?
Sure.
Because I can't play Cities of Sigmar because I don't have any of this stuff from the old days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those people that's mired, in the old.
Or could literally walk to the game store and get your own. Yeah, we get it. Lay it on us. Come on. Let's go, woe is me.
And they're really good. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here.
This army's bananas.
That is really fun. My only knock on this book is I don't think it gives you enough freedom to make your own free city.
Yeah, that's one critique that I did here. A lot of people were hoping that you'd get some kind of universal build rules.
Kind of like what they did with the Space Marine book where, you can just pick from this huge list of things. Or
even like the Quadrant Overlords where you get to make your own skyport.
And I think, this, actually, to me, it smacks of something they could do in a White Dwarf article.
But
with no problems.
My response to that is there is a metric crap ton of units in this.
And there's enough in this book that if you can't find something very similar to what you want to do, you have issues.
Well, and then by having a table to draw from, I feel like that would be really difficult to balance all the possible combinations that could come up. Because if you look at Quadrant Overlords, there's only like 8 units in that book, 9 or whatever, with all the different characters. So it's a little easier. This thing has like...
This one has in the
60, 70 units or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
so, nuts. I think that would be really hard. That's probably why they did it. Probably the same reason why they do it for Stormcast, too.
Yeah.
So,
and it makes all the, and for like I said, for narrative play and all that stuff, you could they could do this in a White Dwarf article. Here's how to create your own city state. Just base it on one of the big ones, and then change this or change that, or I don't even care, because I'm going to be able to do my city state with my color scheme, and I will just say that they function as Phoenicium or whatever, Anvilgard or something. So as soon as I find the models that capture my heart.
Just looking through it, I haven't read the book yet, and just thumbing through it, before the show, it's almost overwhelming the amount of things you can choose. It's do I want to have, my, high elves this? It's amazing how order is. I love the fact that armies you wouldn't think would be in order, that you wouldn't think be in this book, they're there.
Yeah.
Like, really? You really have all the old Dark Elf stuff just sitting right there.
Yeah.
Scourge Privateers.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know what to play first. What to buy first.
Well, I had mentioned this to some of you guys. Like, I felt, and I probably used the bad phrasing to start it off, but I said I feel like this book is a trap. And what I meant by that is like a hobby trap.
Yeah.
I think with this book, you could pick up a Cities of Sigmar book, start building this army, and literally never move to another army in Age of Sigmar.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so many options of what you can do here. And then once you get tired of that, you just pick a different city, and it changes the play style so drastically.
Everything about it, yeah.
Yeah, that it just gives you a whole other way to play and start over again. So, yeah, this book, more than anything they've put out before, is just almost limitless in what it offers players to do, both, I think, in a competitive way, in a hobby way, narrative, everything. This book is like the epitome of Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
I think.
And I think it was one of my Facebook groups, a guy posted that this is a book that took so long because they actually put their love of the game into this book.
Oh, wow, yeah.
They tied in anybody from 8th edition, that has decided that I'm not going to play this anymore, but this is the book that they honestly said they think will roll people back in, because it gives you the same feel. It's the same models.
Yep.
Just updated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
this is the one. This is their Magnus Opus.
Yeah.
Essentially, from what I've heard. I was impressed. I have to pick it up. I definitely want to get it.
Yeah, and not only that, but like those people back in 8th edition who wanted to make more thematic armies of your empire with your dwarves or your different elves together or whatever. I mean, it just allows you to do that now, and it all ties together and makes sense in this world. Like I bought a ton of Dwarden stuff, and I'm looking forward to putting that on the table, but finally adding what is essentially Empire gunline stuff to it, and wizards, and in this iteration, it works, and it can look great together, and and all of that. Like it, I don't know. It is such a fantastic book, and whoever wrote it, there's got to be a team of people surely behind this project. But those people, my hat's off to you. I think they crushed it.
The whole design studio's really got to get props for this one, or the rules writers. So, yeah, to give hope to those people that are in the same boat as me that came in to AOS, a lot of this stuff really still is available. You can get it. And like you said, the possibilities are endless. I've developed my own little city-state that I did for lore reasons and narrative reasons. Now I'm looking at how I set them up, and I described the army pretty decently, how they fight. And I was looking through this book going, oh, there's those guys from that brigade. There's those guys from that brigade. Okay, yeah, that's all I need to do now is, spend another $2,000.
Sure.
And I'll be able to build that army that I envisioned for my city-state to have, even though it's going to have to probably, fall under the Hammer Hall rules, because that's the closest big city, and I can't make up my own. That doesn't bother me so much, because there is so much in here.
Yeah, visually you can create what you want.
And you can go nuts, absolutely nuts in here. Some of the War Scroll battalions are, what?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I don't think I've ever been so excited about the hobby aspect of a book and what people are going to be putting up on social media for what they do.
This is going to go nuts.
Yeah.
This one's going to, all those people that had 48,000 points of 8th edition stuff that they left behind are now going to dust it off, and we're going to see amazing things.
Yeah. And it's weird, too, because if you remember, they chopped so much stuff out of the range, and we still have a book this fat of options, which is just, it's bananas.
And it really is the tale of two different books, because the Auric War Clans book is, 7 War Scrolls, 8, whatever's in there. I don't know, maybe 10. And then this one comes in with 70 some odd.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm kind of worried that the old War Clans book is going to get overlooked a little bit.
War Clans book.
The Auric War Clans.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the old Ironjawz book. I'm like, no, it's gone. It's a thing. It's not a thing now.
No, the Auric. I don't know. Actually,
I actually think there's more Orc players than there are going to be free city or cities players.
Well, yeah, Ironjawz was one of the most popular armies I think they've ever done. Seems like everybody and their mother has an Ironjawz army laying around that they just haven't played in a while because they're a bit behind the curve.
They didn't like the way they played.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's fun to play for a while, and then because it's the same play experience over and over and over, you get kind of burned out on it. But now, this book definitely gives you some options, gives you some play style changes.
So, some of the highlights from this Cities of Sigmar book, and we talked about it a little bit before, but they have amplified sorcery.
Yeah.
So whenever a Cities of Sigmar wizard casts an endless spell, if it has the text empowered by insert realm here, they get that ability when they cast it. Automatically happens for them. So all of their endless spells are empowered. That's pretty crazy.
Pretty ridiculous.
And it comes for free?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if they're not playing in that realm?
No. Yeah, you could be playing in Akshi, and if it says empowered by Gur, it works.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's an over-the-top kind of very cool ability. The other one I really kind of liked, it's silly. They have the Honored Retinue thing, so that if you're general of a Cities of Sigmar army, if the general has a wound characteristics of 6 or less, so we're talking squishy generals, you can pick up to one friendly unit to be your retinue. This unit can have between 5 and 20 models. If you do it, they gain the following ability. Roll a die before you allocate a wound or mortal wound to your general while they're within 3 inches of their retinue unit. On a 4-up, that wound or mortal wound is allocated to the retinue instead of the general.
Look out, sir.
Yeah. Basically, it's a super amplified old days look out, sir. I mean, you can just see all these units that are going to be out there just to protect generals. And your 6 wound general is now going to have 26 wounds. That's very strong. Very strong.
You could have more than that because it says 5 to 20 models, right?
No, that's true. You could have 2 wound models or 3 wound models.
Demigryph Knights with him.
As
his retinue.
Oh, my God. He's got, 200 hit points.
Just saying.
It's just the briefest of touches of what you can see in this book. And then, of course, all the war scrolls are updated for all the different units. I mean, there's some grousing out there about this unit isn't as cool as it used to be, and that unit should have been included instead of that one. But
typical.
Yeah.
Typical with every book that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make everybody happy. But it sounds like this is going to make a bulk of people very, very happy.
Yeah. What I think is really cool is I was one of those people that bought the Celestial Hurricanum to use with my Stormcast, and then, of course, it got nerfed.
Yeah.
Before I ever pulled the shrink wrap off.
Imagine that.
Go figure. But now it's back. The Hurricanum's back.
Now, I had mentioned earlier before we were back on air, is I've seen lists now with just Steam Tank spam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I think the guy had, 9 or 10?
Yeah, Ben Johnson. Yeah.
I was just, is that who it was?
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my
Who else
God.
would it be?
Like, how do you stand up against that? Of course, it'd be funny to have Piggy spam versus
Steam tanks.
Steam tanks.
Well, you can
Just
only
for
have
the
so
look.
many. You can only have 4 steam tanks anyways,
Yeah.
because they're still behemoths.
But it would just look
Yeah.
Amazing.
awesome on the battlefield. Like, okay.
But see, this is where, to me, the other thing about this book is this book absolutely screams Apocalypse Rules, please.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the sheer amount of terror that this book would bring to an apocalypse game, an apocalypse-style game. Wouldn't that be just
a lot of fun.
Even though I haven't read the book, I would have to think that, okay, in my head, the lore, these are the founding cities that are coming out of the whole age of chaos. They should be incredibly powerful. These are the survivors, the best of the best of the best.
And, it's the lore section of the book. I did a lot of reading on that. And, like out there in Hammer Hall, they have the college for the Academy Marshal. In the Twin-Tailed City, outside of Azerheim itself, the Academy Marshal of Hammer Hall actually is famed as the greatest college of warfare and strategy anywhere in the realms. So they just grow generals in that place. And each one of the cities has something that sets it apart or different from the other cities and is basically the draw for why you'd want to put your army there. But, I mean, and of course, each one of the free cities has its own battle traits, its own entry in the book for what that city does. And, of course, if you go from that city, the negative you have to take is you have to take that relic, which is usually not so good, but you get the bonuses for that city, which in a lot of cases are pretty over the top cool.
Yeah.
So the only thing you're limited by is your first artifact, your first relic is from that city. And it's usually, and they did that on purpose. They toned it down so that you can't just be too crazy. But I think this book is going to change the face of the game a little bit, maybe.
I think it'll be fun just seeing humans back on the field.
Yeah.
Seeing seeing elves back on the field, not in Fire Slayer form for dwarves, not, just seeing the old stuff come back.
The workaday people. Actually fighting
common
and having
folk.
fun. Yep. I think it's going to be very, very fun. A lot of the people that put up with the Switch have this stuff in their back pocket.
Yep.
And you're going to see it start coming out. Maybe it's a welcome mat, a red carpet, if you will, to the ninth pagers and, the Kings of War people that left in a huff. Maybe this will bring them back. Who knows?
I'm going to have to contact some old friends and see if they're going to sell their armies.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends back home and they played Empire.
Yeah.
That was their thing.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, well, send me that gun line. Send me, whatever, your steam tanks. Just start doing it that way.
Yeah. And then maybe they'll go, oh, what? I can use them again? And you can say, why, yes.
No, I'll say no.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you can get your
stuff
mitts on
cheap.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get them on the sly. For
Give me a
dirt cheap
set,
and
too,
then-
would you, before you start inviting people back?
Yeah, that's not
Yeah, okay,
cool.
So what more do we want to say about Oryx and Free Cities? I know this is not a Battle Tome review. This is not a... We're not going to go over the lore.
Response.
Yeah.
I'm excited about both. I'm excited to see both. Hopefully see more, than just Skaven, Slaanesh.
Oh, yeah.
In the tops. Like, okay, what was it? Daughters of Cain, there was 3.
Yeah,
top 10,
each one of those has
just
had, like, freakish amounts
Yeah.
of
yeah.
representation. I'm always happy when greenskins are good.
Yeah.
It's just always a good thing for the game. And then, just the hobby side of cities. I'm just, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So ready for what people are going to start putting out there.
Yep. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And then the Osiark Bone Reapers.
Yay.
Totally down for that.
What do we think is coming after Bone Reapers? Completely new army or a kind of a catch-up army?
Chamber opening.
Okay.
Like I said, there's 2 more to go.
Right.
And it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute since we had a chamber.
Yeah.
I'll bet you almost. If it's not some sort of redo of the elves, high elves, it'll probably be a chamber.
I'm thinking ogres.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Unification of the
That would
ogres.
be...
Beast Claw and Gutbusters into one book.
I'm hoping against hope. That's it.
Yeah.
But I've given up hoping for that. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
And with that, our heroes rode off into the sunset
to fight another day.
To fight another day. Not this day.
I thought we were the heroes riding off into the
sunset.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'll play. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we have to. We have to have this. I agreed to this stupid squig challenge.
Yeah. Hashtag squig challenge. Yes.
Midwest squig challenge.
Well, that's a lot to hashtag. That's just hashtag squig challenge.
No, that's probably already out there, though.
Well, it doesn't mean we can't hijack it.
Okay, we'll just hijack it. Yeah.
All right.
Very nice.
Are you ready for this, Chad?
No, but I will be.
Oh, sweet Chaddington.
Which means you have to do the same thing.
What?
Make him paint and play an army.
I can't. Bill told me I can't. Dad's mad at me because I'm supposed to help him clean the yard.
It's both or nothing. You brought us both into it.
Oh,
you're there
Bill.
Too. I'm not worried about you having to rake leaves.
Chad also said he was going to help me with the narrative event. So.
Oh, as long as we're both letting him down together, then I'm in.
Exactly why I'm here.
Great. So if any of you listening to this are signed up for the narrative event and you want to be an assistant TO, let me know. And because I just fired 2 of them.
And it will be at billisdesperate.com.
Yeah.
Well, actually, BillWantsToBuyFriends.com. So
wow.
Real. That's a .org for you.
Real friends.
Real doll friends? Oh, God.
How about non-inflatable friends?
All right, fair enough.
Oh, God. Should we sign off before we get stupid?
Yes.
Okay. So, bye.
Good night.
Au revoir.
If you would like to get in touch with us, you can reach us on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/rollingbadpodcast, all one word. Our Patreon page is at www.patreon.com/rollingbadpodcast, again, all one word. The Twitter account for the show is at @rolling_bad, and our individual Twitter accounts are, for me, at Bill Castello, CASTELLO, and for Ryan, he is at RTGamer. All of our guests on the show will have their contact information in the show notes, and any products that we mention will also be similarly placed in the show notes. The music for the show is used courtesy of Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com and used under the Creative Commons license.
Stormcast are cool.
Elric is having some technical difficulties.
Yeah,
so
it keeps going down the more I look at Bill. Whatever, I can't make it any tighter. All right, let's roll with it.
So you're now going to have to cut all that out so I can get that blooper.
Yeah.
Great.
Stormcast are cool.
I'm sorry, new what?
New dinosaur mod. I'm not allowed to say that?
No cursing.
Even though you said damn it earlier, Bill?
Damn it is not a curse word.
What? We're really... All right, calm down, Bart Simpson. I can't say
No.
Really?
For the third time?
We're keeping that out, yeah. Completely clean.
Tremendous.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Use the big words that public school taught you.
All right, well, I'll start watching what the fuck I say.
Oh, my God.
Hey, the trouble is I can't even put that in the bloopers.
Yeah.
I mean, I will. I'll bleep it out, but...
Well, I hope you folks enjoyed our last show.
Yeah.
Signing off.
God, Bill, what is... Oh, there we go. Loosen it. All right, adjust it.
Again, more technical difficulties.
Getting it right on my lips.
Do you need to... Because you can move it up from the center.
It's not that. It keeps wilting. Drooping? It keeps wilting. It was in the pool.
Don't look at me.
Well, I can't help it.
If you folks could see the look of struggle on Elric's face right now.
Arthritis can die in a fire. There we go. It's not getting any tighter than that.
And it's already starting to drop.
Is it really?
No, I just want to see if you'd look.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right,
what is even happening?
Sorry.
This is one of those days where I feel like I've lost creative control of this podcast.
Do you know what's different about this compared to the last show?
You're awake?
Chad.
Oh.
Chad's in the room with us.
Oh, I see.
This is why we can't have nice things, Chaddington.
Well, you got to class up the joint. You bring me in.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Well,
you bring class?
If people met the two of you, yes, I bring class.
Yeah. With your...
Look, Bill can't carry it by himself.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So
and then
you come in, it's shot.
What?
When I come in, it climbs again. It's equilibrium. It takes two of us to counteract your negativity. What's with all the negative waves, Moriarty?
You guys do realize all this is getting cut out, right?
Stormcast are cool.
So anyway, I
Had a stroke? God.
I was using the pause, man. Okay, anyway.
Stormcast are cool.
Beep.
What? Sorry. Play better, Bill.
Had to beep out your F-bomb.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did. You slipped one in there.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did.
No way.
Yeah, you did.
Play it back. I did not drop an F-bomb
Yes,
right
you
there.
did,
You
sir.
did. You did drop one, yeah.
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
You said the F-bomb, obviously, as we
Yeah.
both reiterated right there. Yeah. And
Well,
I'm not going to
obviously
say
not
it.
going to leave this little bit in, but
Yeah.
what
No,
did I
I'm-
say?
It was,
Not going to do it. Not
Yeah.
saying it. Not buying into it. Sorry.
you were right in the middle of your
Rant.
and it just came out.
Nice.
Yeah, when you make all your attacks.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Or, no, I think it was you rolled a whole bunch of ones and twos.
It was one of those two moments. Yeah, but you did.
See, Bill, we've strayed too far.
I know.
We've gotten way too lax on this.
I know. We have to.
Because we were really vigilant about it.
We have to really pull it back.
All right. Oops.
It's okay.
All right.
I'll beep it out. It's
My apologies to future editing Bill.
Who is obviously not going to be happy.
You know, I'm going to laugh when I hear that, like I had never heard it before.
Whoops.
Stormcast are cool.
That burned my eye. I'm sorry. God. It like went up into my sinus cavity behind my eyeball and burned. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. So,
Continue.
pray continue, good sir.
Good Lord.
All right.